This is the canyon where Akridge, Johnson, Brinkman, and Hesse tried to fly up on March 25th, 1944, but they ran into a severe downdraft, and unfortunately they could not turn around in time, and they crashed in the mountains, but down in the canyon far, far down below us.
I'm Jim Becker, and this is my wife Linda Becker. We live in Colorado, and Trey brought us down here to the crash site of my first cousin, Lieutenant Harold Brinkman, who crashed here in this canyon on March 25th, 1944. I was not even 2 years old at the time and didn't even know where this crash site was until about 6 months ago, thanks to Trey's research. And I really appreciate him bringing us in here.
We're at the crash site of Second Lieutenant Harold Brinkman's aircraft. This is actually the engine cowling right here. You can still see traces of the Luke Field colors that would have been painted on the cowling at that time. Probably had blue, yellow, and possibly green on it.
Monica's down there having lunch. Yeah, so this would have been the cockpit.
Yeah, that's where Harold would have sat.
Let's see. Okay. Do this way.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Well, we just hiked up the side of the mountain and we found this part of the vertical stabilizer. With this serial number, 132938, this 100% confirms that this was Lieutenant Harold Brinkman's aircraft. This is the front. This would have faced the front. This is the rudder section right here. Because this would have been covered with fabric, which has long since rotted away. There's an access panel in the tail section. Here's the trim tab assembly. Here's the serial number, which confirms this is Harold Brinkman's aircraft. Navigation light.
This is a memorial that Harold's niece, Pam Burns, planted up here 3 years ago. She was let in by the same guide, Trace, and he brought me back in again today.
It's the roll bar, otherwise known as the headache bar. Inside of the cockpit. There's the part of the seat frame. The instructor pilot to sit in.
Is that where you're going to be?
Well, no.
That's fine. Ready?
Part of a wing section over there. The engine assembly. Just various debris scattered about. What we're looking at right here is Lieutenant Brinkman's airplane. This would have been the front part of the cockpit. This section right here, this little cutout right here would have been for your hand when you're crawling into the cockpit. This would just be a little handhold. This is where the front instrument dash would have gone. And this is where the canopy glass would have gone, right in this ridge right here. You can still see there's some of the flat black paint out there. That just kind of helps reduce the glare when the sun is shining on the nose of the aircraft, so it doesn't blind the pilot. Looking down below me on these pieces of aircraft aluminum down there, big rock slide in the area has covered a lot of the crash site. There's still a fair amount left. Here's the main cockpit section of Second Lieutenant John Hesse's aircraft. You can see there's the roll bar at the top, and here's the steel tube frame. And you just have various aircraft aluminum components. Quite a bit left here. All of it just very, very mangled. Part of a fuselage skin. There's the firewall that would have attached to the very front of the tube frame, and the engine would have gone right on the other side of that.
Here we are at the trail's end. We've been down to the crash sites of 2 of the 3 planes and just got out, and we really appreciate the opportunity to go down there. And it's not an easy hike, but it was well worth it. And we thank Monica and Trey for taking us down there.
Absolutely. It was wonderful.